MG, that's how we live. Okay, let's go. 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 Okay, let's go.
Pajama party.
Does it?
You guys don't do that?
Hell
no. Scoop pull up to my crib in pajamas, bro. I'm not opening the door for him. All right, first off.
You're not even going to ask questions.
I'll be like, what the fuck you doing here? Wrong address, nigga.
With the 2-piece?
Right.
Oh, that's messed up.
Nigga pull up to the crib with a onesie on.
Onesie?
That's wild behavior,
Yo,
bro.
that would be hilarious.
Crazy. I'd be like, yo, dog, you're not
You
coming.
don't want to do it just to switch it up?
To pull up what? What?
Like, just instead of going out, because I feel like you guys always do the same thing. You go over to someone's house, y'all pregame a little like you in college, and then you go out. You go to the same.
That's hate.
You go to the same 3 spots. Is it hate if it's factual?
I mean, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I mean, okay.
And if it ain't broke. If it ain't charged, don't put gratuity on that motherfucker.
But that's the difference. But that's the difference between guys and girls. I mean, because with guys, like we just stick to what we normally do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy. We have fun. We enjoy each other.
We good.
But with girls, y'all want to mix it up. Let's do this.
Because you don't get like bored. You don't want to experience new things.
Yeah. There's a time and a place for that though.
Right.
So
and it's
pajamas are not in the equation.
But what if you like want to watch the game or something or a fight, and instead of being all dressed up in your jeans, you get a little cozier? Your pajamas could be sweatpants or matching sets.
It takes too much
fuzzy socks.
It takes too much effort.
Yeah.
It's too much, bro. Just pull up and watch the game and just enjoy the game.
Yeah.
You know what?
You got joggers and shit for that.
You know what that reminds me of? Christmas just passed.
Yes.
And I seen a lot of niggas in Santa Claus outfits.
Oh my
What do you mean?
God. Yes.
Bruh.
Like at home?
No.
Like
roaming
on 13th
the
and
streets.
Sansom.
Oh yeah, because they do like bar crawls.
That's weird.
That's
No,
weird.
it's not.
Yes, it
weird.
It's not weird. It's
You would let. Sorry to cut you.
You're
off.
grown.
You would let your boyfriend. You would let Dane leave the house in a whole Santa suit. This is what you would. This is what you do.
She would cuss that nigga out so
Yeah,
fast.
see, where the fuck you going, clown?
Yeah, right.
Clown, get your Santa
dressing
clown
up
ass in the
for?
house.
crazy. Santa? No, first of all, he's Black Santa, so get out there and represent. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Yes, but
Don't try that. I like what you did, Dave, but don't do that.
I would literally think that was so funny. I'd be like, why are you dressed as Santa? I think I would be upset that he didn't invite me if I didn't know what was going on. I also would have dressed up as Santa and went out with him.
No.
It's a one time. What do you mean no? What's wrong with it?
It's Santa Claus.
So?
If kids did it, it's fine. I don't see grown ass men, especially men
In Center City.
They don't-
in full Santa gear.
Don't they do this in New York, SantaCon or whatever it's called?
But it's a thing
Santa
though.
Crawl?
But I mean,
That's
it's
different.
Why
it's
is it different?
Santa Con is like a thing.
Yeah.
Okay, well
It's like
maybe they're
Comic-Con.
trying to do it. No, it's like a bar crawl thing.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, see,
But maybe I don't know.
Weird.
Maybe it's the black side of me.
Yeah,
Maybe,
facts.
Maybe it's it's the black thing. You know what I mean, it's
My
kinda
dad
like,
said, ain't no Santa Claus, ain't no fat white man coming down my chimney giving any of my kids gifts.
All right, well, so Dane went out. He wouldn't be fat or white, so there you go. I
don't know.
I think your
His
dad would
light
be
ass
on
might
brand.
have a little white in him.
right.
Y'all
He
better
got a little
leave him
Irish
alone.
blood. I got some
Leave
Irish
him alone.
blood.
All Haitian right here.
All right,
baby.
so how do you?
My Haitian ass is not wearing a Santa suit, pulling up to Center City. Like, how do you go on from there? Be like, yo, dog, we're gonna go to fucking dress up as Santa the night before. Be like, yo, dog, you got your fit ready? You ready to hit the streets? You got your
Okay.
beard? And then I could see the white homies. Sorry, white friends. I could see the white homies be like, yo, dog, you ready, bro? You pumped?
Yeah, they probably are.
You ready to get
This
some
is like-
hoes?
This is like the same thing as the
no way.
pajamas. They probably also have a pajama party while they watch football or something because they're spicing
They probably
it up.
do. They probably
Well, what
do.
about like St. Patrick's Day? Do y'all
Nope.
feel the same way about
I
them
don't celebrate
going out?
St. Patrick's
Well, I
Day.
didn't ask you if you did.
No.
But I meant
It's
like
not
when
for
they-
me.
Okay.
Nah, ain't no leprechaun dressing up going.
I don't even go out on St. Patrick's Day because one thing I can't tolerate. I can't tolerate drunk, sloppy people. That's one of my pet peeves. If you're drunk and you're sloppy, get away from me.
Yeah, I feel that.
Because you're too old to be acting this way, man. So
St. Patrick's Day brings out the ugly in a lot of people for sure.
right.
But I do like a good St. Patrick's Day. It's fun. But I'm not dressed. Y'all know me. I don't even dress up for Halloween. Like, I don't do the theme shits. So I'm not dressing up for anything.
Yeah.
I think St. Patrick's Day was like the only time that I've gotten violent with someone while I've been out.
See,
they bring you out of yourself.
Right. That's why I don't celebrate St. Patrick's Day. And it's like, I don't know, man. I don't mean to get racial here, but I don't know. I just don't think when I see black people dressed up in St. Patrick's Day gear, it kind of grinds my gears.
Yeah, I feel that.
What makes you mad?
What makes you mad?
How does that make you feel?
I just don't think St. Patrick's Day is for. I don't think St. Patrick's Day acknowledges black people. I don't think black people are welcome to that party. So therefore, I don't feel like seeing a black person dressed up in St. Patrick's gifts. I'm like, yo, bro, this is not for you. This is not your holiday to be celebrating. Just let them do their thing. You know what I'm saying?
This is actually a lot to unpack.
It is.
It's a lot.
But that's why I didn't want to go there. So
it's a lot to unpack.
We'll leave it there.
Yeah.
For me.
No, the wheels are turning.
I know G wants to go, but
no. The wheels are retracting. I was like, oh, back up. Wasn't ready. We'll have to revisit this. I need to do a little research before, because I was like, I don't know enough about this.
I mean, and I don't know enough. But for me, just going outside and just seeing it, majority of people that celebrate it, it's white folks. You know what I'm saying? So it's their holiday. So.
Wait, so what about Halloween? Do you feel the same type of way when people go out dressed up?
I do for sure.
He does. Shit, we was dressed up together. Fuck you mean?
So you didn't like my Steve?
I did. That shit was hilarious.
That shit was great.
The mustache was awesome.
I know, everybody really liked that mustache. Like, I think in every conversation that I had, people would mid-sentence stop me and be like, "I'm sorry, but that mustache looks so
that shit
good."
That shit was crazy.
And I was like, I'm in my head thinking like, I literally just used lash glue and just stuck this bad boy on there.
That shit
and
worked.
I was like, all right, well.
The bald cap too. The bald cap was crazy.
When you pulled up, I was like, what the fuck? How did you
get all that hair in there?
Right. I did not expect you to come as that, because it's like when you think of women pulling up as Halloween, you think they're gonna come all like girly and shit. I'm gonna be an angel. Or I'm gonna be a mermaid. This girl fucking pulls up as Steve fucking Harvey, like,
with the microphone and all that shit.
In a full character.
Fucking cards.
Yo, dog, she pulled up. Like, yo, dog. It was great. It was crazy.
That was great.
It's funny because I was actually supposed to be that last year, and then I was just, usually Halloween I'm feeling too lazy around that time of year. I'm a little exhausted, and I didn't start planning in July, so I didn't know what I was gonna do.
Is wild.
Well, you know, people already have like a full costume, and some people like really get into it and they make really nice costumes and like go like all in, and I'm like, all right, when do you guys start planning for this? Because I blink and I'm like, oop, Halloween's in 2 days. Yeah. Halloween's in 2 days, but
Halloween is a big thing to a lot of people.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, yo, you're gonna get dressed and you're gonna go all the way out. Right. You know what I'm saying? So
I just can't wrap my brain around it.
I love it because as a kid I never got to celebrate it. So for me it was kind of like, yo, let's do it. Let's have some fun now. Like, you know, now I got kids, I can get dressed. This is my excuse. You know
having kids is different. Like for them, it's good.
Yeah.
And like it was crazy because like when I went trick or treating with them, like all the parents was just kind of like, yo, cool dude, yo, I love you. I mean, I love your outfit, man. And you know, and I was full character, man. I'm walking down the street, I'm like, groovy baby, groovy baby, rock on, dude. I mean, I'm just straight hippie vibe. You know what I'm saying? And everyone loved it. And then when I got home, Travis was like, Dad, I think everyone liked your costume better than yours.
See, you can't do them like that.
And I was just kind of like, yo, that wasn't my thing, but that's just what happened with you. This is what happened when you let your mama pick your costume out. You know what I'm saying? You should have rocked with your boy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, it was some Beetlejuice in the Red Wedding. Like I've never watched Beetlejuice, so I didn't really know what it consisted of. So, but it was Beetlejuice's wedding when they dressed up in red. Yep. And I was just kind of like when I thought he was just gonna be regular Beetlejuice.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I had no planning in this thing, so when he pulled up, and I was just kind of like, what the fuck is this? Like I was just like, wait a minute.
Very specific.
You didn't get it.
You gotta know to know.
You gotta be a Beetlejuice. You know what I'm saying, and I was
that's very
like,
specific.
You know, and then you know. over the years, we worked other cool things. I'm saying we played, we did the Ghostbusters, we did the fucking, Michael Myers, Jason, Chucky, shit like that. Like, we've done things, so it was kind of like Beetlejuice. That shit was a cop out.
Oh, stop! No, because the newer
was hyped
movie
too. I
came
know
out,
he
so it
was.
was relevant.
Yeah, it had
You
just
know?
come out. Yeah.
I mean, so
You're just competitive. Watch. So he says that, but he's gonna be like
next
going
year we
hard.
coming. Next year we coming right.
Yeah, he's
Daddy
gonna go
got
hard.
this.
Man, speaking
Okay.
of reflecting, let's look back on this year, man. It's about to be New Year's.
Yeah,
It's been a pretty phenomenal year.
yeah.
What is the favorite thing that you guys experienced, happened to you, did, or any of that this year? G, you go first.
Oh my god!
know,
You
right?
don't see my face over
Hot
here. I'm
take.
like-
That-
She wasn't prepared for this.
I know.
wasn't.
I wasn't, but I'm also thinking about you saying it's been a phenomenal year, and I'm like, I don't know. I guess
All
I
things
don't.
considered.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel that right now. I don't feel phenomenal.
Well, because you're in the thick of a transition, which is a very dope transition, though.
yeah,
It's all about perspective.
for sure. I think even before that, though, I was feeling like this year was just kind of like, I don't know,
Yeah,
like just.
think
There
about
was definitely things that were great about this year. I mean, I got to go to Paris and like go to the Olympics. That was amazing.
Right.
right there.
Yeah.
There's
There it
some
is.
people
There it
never
is.
experienced in
Yeah,
their whole
that
life.
was amazing.
You got to go to the fucking Olympics, G.
Yeah,
Like,
what
the
understand
hell?
this only happens but so many times in
Our
so many years. You know
lifetimes.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and then you didn't just get to witness, you got to witness a lot, like superstars,
Yeah.
and a lot of records being broken, and you got to witness a lot, man.
In
So-
fucking Paris.
in Paris.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
I mean, I don't want to sound like ungrateful
Right.
about that. I think I'm just like looking at
Paris.
Right.
I think I'm just looking at like the year as a whole. So like that was
Yeah.
like such a small part of my year. So I
It
don't
probably
know.
feels
And,
like a long time ago,
yeah,
too, now.
It does feel like a really long time right now.
Yeah.
Like this end of the year feels like a whole year in itself. But
It does.
but yeah, I mean, I guess I'll say that was a highlight. That was great.
That's what's up.
That was good for me. One of the, I mean, I had a few, but one of the things was bringing G to the pod.
Yes.
I think she's elevated
Absolutely.
this pod a lot. That was one of my happier moments this year.
She been cooking too.
She been fucking cooking,
She
man.
been
Don't get a
cooking.
big head, man.
Can't get any bigger.
Now she's been fucking cooking, and I felt like she's just it just was easy. It just relieved a lot of pressure off of us.
Yeah.
Just having you around. So that's definitely one of the highlights of my year. Other than that, man, is just blessed to, like, not to get all sentimental and shit like that. Just blessed to be here, man. Like,
Yeah, man.
you
Another
know,
one.
a lot of people have lost their lives this year. A lot of people pass away and tragedies and all
People
types of
we know
shit.
too.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah.
And for me, it's just being blessed to be here, being able to share this with y'all, and have good friends and family. And obviously, it's the holiday season, so that kind of hits home more than ever because we get to see family and the people that's close to us. So I'm just happy that I'm here for another year, and I'm here to share this with y'all and do this. So
Yeah, man. For me, man, it's been an up and down year for sure. Damn, Steve, you about to make me cry. dog. Thinking about this year.
yeah, man.
But fucking,
Oh my God, not the way my face lit up when you said you were going to cry. I was like, dude.
nah, I'm like holding it back. I'm holding it back for sure. But one of the highlights you was with me was Roots Picnic. That was a big moment for me in my professional career.
Yeah.
And just rallying, a team and making that shit happen was, shout out to Dane.
Yeah.
Big help. That was just a big monumental moment of my year.
Sure.
I got to give a shout out to my mom because we had a rough year. Like, my aunt died and my mom held it down for the family, and it was unexpected. It was not supposed to happen, and it happened. So just how tragedy can bring family so close, and you see real character in those moments. So not a highlight, but you can take bright spots out of the darkest moments. And like you said, G being and accepting to be on the pod, like we have, it's been such a shift. Having your perspective and having your energy has just been like, we talk about it all the time.
Oh,
Like,
good.
yeah, no, it's been
I
phenomenal.
felt my ears ringing.
What vivid ass dreams.
Right.
Nah, it's just been a blessing, man. We're here, like you said.
Yeah.
It's been a blessed year, man. Like, damn, I'm about to turn 35 next year. Like, damn. I'm just so excited to be here, yo. It's just going up.
Yeah.
I think I need to start figuring out what it is that you guys do to be able to kind of take the bright moments and stay in those, because I feel like the end of the year, usually every year, the end of the year gets me, and like it's so hard to focus in on like the good things that happen throughout the year, because it feels like so much happens between October and like mid-January.
Facts.
Especially now, the career path that I'm in, like, oh my God, I feel trampled on. So I'm like, oh God, I'm just ready for the next year. But I like totally agree with you guys. There's been like amazing moments, and I'm also very grateful that you guys asked me to be here, because like it's good to have these conversations with you guys, and also kind of pull myself out of like some of the darker places that I get to like throughout my week, and just being grateful for friends and family and people who are here, and like trying to live in those moments, because tomorrow's not promised.
For me, G, this might help. It might sound cliche. It might whatever.
No,
take it for what it is. But like last year, this time of year, it was a very dark place, and I just was like, I'm not going to feel like this again.
Okay,
I made that choice. I was just like, I'm not going to, because it's easy to slip into that shit.
Right.
And when you reflect, this is actually a good time for reflection. Like this year's ending, it kind of quiets down a little bit. It's been busy as fuck for you, but you just got to like make a choice to just like, I'm not going to feel that burnt out feeling. I'm not going to. And when it starts to present itself, you just got to like take a deep breath and just be like, nah, like it's all too familiar.
Right.
Because it has started to like kind of present itself to me this year, but I'm like, I decided that it's not negotiable. I'm not going to go down that path.
Right.
And then when you just settle in 10 seconds, like you're like, all right, bet.
Yeah.
I can go on. Like,
I think it feels like, for me at least, I don't know if this is similar for you guys, but I feel like there's so much that I want to accomplish and do, and that I want to hurry up and get it done, because I want to enjoy it with like the people that are here with me. And because of the way that life goes, like people either move away or they pass away, or like situations change. I feel like this rush to like get it all together so I can like finally enjoy that moment. And I struggle with just enjoying it while I'm on the process, because I want it to be like this ideal, perfect situation for me to then be able to be like, okay, now I can enjoy it. But obviously that's not realistic, and I'm not sure how to kind of break out of that pattern.
Yeah, we get caught up in wanting to get to the destination, but usually the destination is like not what we think it is, or any of that shit. The beauty is the journey.
Yeah.
Right.
The beauty is the journey. So like sometimes there is no destination.
Okay.
You never know what it is like you're aiming for. So if you can just be like, damn, like I'm here now, and I'm growing every day, I'm getting a little better, and I'm experiencing this now with the people I love, with the people who I hold close. That's the beautiful part.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't even know what because once you get to a certain level, you're always going to be elevated.
Wanting to go up.
Yeah.
That's just life.
Yeah.
It's evolution.
Sure.
I think like where I am finding bumps is, okay, I wanted to be able to have time on the weekends, right? So that's why I kind of moved out of the industry. But right now, the position I'm in, I work every other weekend. So that's, okay, I'm like halfway there step. But then it's like, okay, now I'm putting in so many hours that like, all right, I'm putting in these hours so that I can have money and insurance and things like that, so I can go places with my friends, do things with my friends. But now I'm like, okay, but I'm working and I'm tired, and it's really hard to like manage my time. So I'm like feeling like a little crazy and neurotic right now, because I'm like, okay, this is what I wanted to do in order to get this, but I'm not able to do it. So I'm trying to figure out a healthy transition here where I'm like, okay, you can still go down this path and you don't have to like switch gears completely, but how do I get to that mental point where I'm like, okay, you can still enjoy the time with your loved ones, but you just have to figure out a different way to do it, because I'm just not, I'm struggling with that one.
You're transitioning years of what you've been doing into something new.
Right.
It's still brand new.
I
You're
know.
still.
I hate being new.
But it's a shock. It's a shock to your system because you've been so used to a certain way for so long. Like,
Yeah.
you just started.
I know.
And I also think you really have to give yourself grace.
You do.
I feel like, for me, I feel like you're hard on yourself a lot too. And it's kind of like, give yourself grace because it's what you're doing right now. It's a sacrifice.
Absolutely.
It's a sacrifice. You're moving into a different industry, and you in your mind you were thinking like, you know what, this is gonna alleviate a lot of the stress that I had before, but it brings on a different type of stress.
Right.
But as you're going through this different industry, you're gaining experience. This is just a stepping stone. This is not the end all be all. Like, you know what? I'm stuck here. This is to get you to where you want to go.
Right.
So right now, this is the sacrifice. And this is where it's like, you know what? This is hard. I fucking hate it. This sucks. This is not what I thought. But at the end of the day, you're getting the experience. You're getting the knowledge. And it's like, let me endure this for right now. So now that, you know what? You're still young also, G. So now that when I get to this certain age, you know what? I have the experience because nobody can tell me shit. Yep. I paid my dues. Can't nobody tell me shit. Nice. One of my biggest things is kind of like, yo, when I'm going for a position or I'm trying to move up, it's like, yo, Doug, I've paid my motherfucking dues.
Facts.
Like, I've done things that I had to do. Like, I moved to motherfucking New York.
Yep.
I couldn't see my family. I slept on a fucking couch for 5 days a week. Mm-hmm. Saturdays and Sundays, I came home. Monday morning, I was back in New York, sleeping on a motherfucking couch. I did that shit for 2 years.
Right.
In order to get this.
Right.
Yep. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, that's the sacrifice. And like, when you in the shits, it's kind of like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on? And I'm not going to sit here and say like, yo, I didn't feel sorry for myself or I was
beat yourself up.
Or beat myself up. There was plenty of fucking days. I explored. I think I know every part of New York City just in order for me not to go crazy. It was like, you know what? Let me find a way to ease the pain or alleviate some of the stress that I'm feeling. So let me explore New York City. Let me do something different out of the norm. And I think that's what you need to do instead of like looking at it as kind of like, you know what, this shit is fucking sucks. This is not what I expected. I want more time with my family. I want more time with my loved ones. And this is why I did this.
Yeah.
Look at it as like, you know what, this is my stepping stone.
Yep.
This is not going to last forever. I'm going to deal with this, endure this, because at the end of the day, I'm going to get this experience and I'm going to move the fuck on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's how you should look at it, but it's easier said than done. I know.
It is. It's much easier said than done. But also too, like in terms of perspective, this is what you asked for.
Right.
This is exactly what you asked for, which is a blessing.
Right.
Like, this shit is happening.
Yeah.
It's so weird to think about it that way too. And they always say like, oh, I don't want to say it's like the grass is always greener type of situation, but like low key, it kind of feels like that. Cause it's like, okay, I see something. I'm like, okay, I think this is what I want to do. And like, that's just a part of life, like, you know, the trial and error. But I think it's more so like, I have this like looming anxiety, like the older that I get, that I'm like feeling behind always. And that might've been because of just the way that I kind of started my school existence. Like I started early. Yeah. So I always felt like I constantly had something to prove. And I mean, they wouldn't have let me start early if I wasn't like able to do that. Absolutely. I had to take tests and all these things. And then they put me in
You were qualified.
Yeah, they put me in different like gifted programs. So I always felt like this is probably where my pressure that I put on myself and my expectations are super high for myself. Because I'm like, okay, I was put into this circle at some point and I need to consistently like work super hard or like over the top to validate that I'm supposed to be here. Yeah. So that has been something for me, like I feel like my entire life, because everyone's like, oh, you're so young. Like, oh, here's your birthday. Here it's coming around. Oh, you're only this age. We're all this age. Like, what? That's weird. Yeah. So I think like subconsciously I've just always had this pressure that I put on myself. So when I'm moving up, I'm like, I'm not doing it quickly enough because I'm not able to like sit back. And most of my friends I feel like are much older than me, or not much, sorry guys. Damn. My bad. Are older than me. So I just feel like I'm trying to like play catch up all the time. And I'm like, okay, I have to hurry up and achieve. And then I burn myself out because I'm like, okay, I don't know how to like be okay with just doing those steps because
Burning at both ends.
Yeah, because I'm just feeling like I'm always rushed to like achieve faster and like accomplish more just to like validate that I'm supposed to be doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
All the time. So
there's nothing that can ever shift God's time. Mm-hmm. And I'm not the religious dude, but whatever you call it, whatever, universe,
God,
there's nothing that can shift that.
Right.
You will have your own timing and stuff that you want to do, but I think something that I would urge you to practice is being very present.
Yeah. I definitely struggle with like meditating and sitting still.
Practice that shit, yo. I'm telling you. It's cliche, it's whatever, it's everybody says it, but your brain just goes, right?
Oh, yeah.
You're gifted. Your brain is always working. That's probably why you have vivid dreams all the time. Your brain is always working. So you're burning it at both ends. Come December, you're burnt. Come October, you're burnt out. So like you practice just being here. It's going to take you a long way. Yeah. Because you're already gifted, but you can't. The timing and all that shit. Yeah. You got to reprogram. You literally have to reprogram your brain.
Right. I need to get rid of that FOMO, I guess you will. Like that I'm missing out because I have to make those sacrifices to be working. Because right now, that's just what I have to do.
Yeah. And
we all make them.
And at the end of the day, for me, man, you're further along than what you really think.
For real.
And I always tell people, don't compare yourself to other people, but sometimes you have to do just for perspective, to realize, be like, you know what? Mm-hmm. I'm further along than this person, that person. Like when I look into my circle and I'll be like, you know what, damn, like, you know, I'm not doing well enough. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. But then I'm reminded by some of my homies like, yo, bro, you went through this. You went through that. You went through this.
Yes.
And you have more than us.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. So sometimes you have to put yourself in perspective of other people, like look at them and be like, you know what? I'm actually doing okay. Or look outside of yourself and just look at the world. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that don't have the things that you really even have. Like a job that's paying as much as you get paid. Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't get paid anything.
A car.
Right.
A car.
Yeah.
A beautiful dog.
A roof.
A boyfriend. A man that gives a fuck about you. That brings life into you. You know what I mean? Facts. Like, people yearn for that. Like, and that's the thing. Like when you really boiled it down on social media and you really look at it, this is the things that people are yearning for. Yeah. A lot of the things is bullshit, but the things that you already have, people are yearning for. People want that shit. Like,
praying for
it. But that's an outside perspective, right? So they're not seeing like the immense amount of pressure that I put on myself. They're not seeing the anxiety. They're not seeing like the deep, dark depression nights that I have. Like no one's seeing all that stuff, and that's very intentional. But
if it was easy, everybody would do it.
Yeah, this is true. I mean, I think that's currently right now I took down my social media, it's deactivated because I was feeling myself getting super ramped up into this like comparison game and being like, okay, I just accomplished this, but now what's next? Okay, let me dig around to see what I don't have or what I can do better. And then I started feeling like incredibly anxious.
Snowball.
Oh my goodness. I think like, you know, you're like, okay, I'm doing well, I'm doing this. And then next thing you see a bunch of supplements and you're like, oh, I don't have those supplements. Am I healthy? Am I actually healthy? Oh, I don't see this doctor. Oh, I don't go and get this massage. Oh, wait, I'm not making enough to do this. And then it just starts getting insane. And it feels like crippling anxiety because you just feel like you work so hard for something and you get to a spot and then you're like, oh, but that wasn't good enough. And I just basically broke my back to get here and I'm exhausted and there's still more to go.
Yeah. I read something on social media that it said that the people that you idolize or the people that you look up to, you already are, or maybe surpass them already. Because I think a lot of times like we look at these people or on social media and we're kind of like, yo, I want to be like them. Yo, I want to get that. I want to get that. And we don't have, number one, we don't have the access that they do. And two, we're actually really working towards that. Where it's kind of like for them, it's just a smoke screen.
Yes, it is.
Like you don't understand like how many people that I personally fucking know. And they on social media and they portraying this thing.
Facade.
That, yo, I got bread. I'm in fashion shows. I'm in this. I'm in that. I got so much money. I got this. Bruh.
They get sleeping on the air mattress.
Bruh.
Yep.
They can't pay their rent.
Yep.
They call me for money.
Yep.
And then like for me, and I don't look at myself as a big dog. I don't look like, you know, I do okay for myself, and you know, I'm fortunate enough, but I bust my ass to get where I'm at.
Absolutely.
But these same people, like, if you looked at my social media and you looked at their social media,
night and day.
I'm broke compared to them. I'm a bottom feeder. But that's the thing though. Like we gotta stop looking at social media and other people, then be like, you know what? Ah, damn, they better than me. Because in all reality, like, and now I'm starting to figure it out and be like, nah, I'm okay. I'm doing good. You know what I'm saying? And I don't need to be like these people.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm living a real life.
Yeah.
And that's another thing, because I feel like a lot of people, like, that shit's not reality.
At all.
We're living a real life. We're doing real shit. Everyday people shit. Working a 9 to 5, doing what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we're doing real people shit.
Absolutely.
And a lot of these people don't do real people shit. So it's easy for them to portray this. It's easy for them to do that because they don't know what it is to be a real person and have a real everyday life. You know
Shake
what I'm
up
saying?
their whole world.
You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, G, like I say, man, give yourself grace, bro.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. Give yourself when
grace.
you feel like, you know what, I'm falling into the depths and I'm here, give yourself grace. Be like, you know what? It's all right.
Take that deep breath.
It could be worse.
Yeah.
It could be fucking
Always.
worse.
Oh,
bro.
and
You know what
I
I'm
know
saying?
that.
You know what I mean? So, but like I was saying, G, man, just give yourself grace. Understand that things are not going to always work out in the way you want it to work out. And
yes,
I'm not the biggest religious person, but I think when you go through things in life, and I recently went through something, and you need something to lean on. You need something to give you faith. You need something to give you the energy, the power to move forward. So for me, I've been reading the Bible a lot, and I've been praying a lot, just to give me that energy and that force to move forward. And you have to understand that, like, yo, things are going to happen, and
that are completely outside of your control.
Out of your control. You don't know how to deal with it. You don't know what to do. And man, you got to lean on something.
Right.
You got to find your something that's going to get you to where you need to go.
Right.
Yes.
And that's what I encourage everybody to do. Find that something. Find that, if it's a person, if it's a place, if it's a thing, find that to get you to where you need to go, to get you over that hump. Because what I went through, it took me to a dark place, but I told myself, I'm not going to stay here. I refuse to stay here because I've been here before.
Right.
And I refuse to stay here. So I found that thing. And the thing for me is leaning on friends.
Yep.
Close friends, and the Bible, and reading, and trying to get your mind out of that clear space. Like telling yourself, like, you know what? I'm not going to stay here. Like it's really like you really got it.
It's a choice. It is a choice.
It's on some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Like I was literally talking to myself like, yo, I'm not going to stay here. I refuse to fucking stay here, because you know what? If I stay here, I'm not going to be okay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
yo, you I'm super proud of you, bro.
Thank you.
One, we've had long talks, and you said it to me. I'm not going to stay here. Yeah. I'm not going to stay in this dark place, and it's tough, especially for men, especially for black men. We have trouble being vulnerable, and something that Steve has taught me this year, and since I've fucking known him, is that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to talk about this shit. I don't think you have a problem talking about your stuff. I think where it comes in is the choice. I'm not going to stay here. You have taught me a lot, Steve. You have taught me, yo, it's all right to talk about this shit. I've opened up. I'm a totally different person than when I met you. Totally different person than 365 days ago. But it's a choice. Like, I'm not going to stay here. I'm not going to continue to let this darkness take over me.
Right.
I have to. You got to let it out. You got to talk about it. And it's hard for me to put into words, but like you gotta let it out. You gotta lean on your people. You gotta do something that works for you.
Right.
You got to. And for me, like what's been working a lot has just been talking about it.
Yeah.
Just talk, open up. A lot of times people can relate, or they can sympathize, they can empathize, or they're just a shoulder to lean on.
Yeah.
Something's gonna work.
Yeah.
And it's just so important. So I'm super proud of you because I know what you've been going through this year.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
I know what's been going on, and this shit ain't nothing is easy about any of this shit.
Yeah, for sure, man. And also, like, you know, like I've been going to therapy. That's a big thing for me.
That shit is.
That's a big thing for me. But what I've realized,
Black men,
right?
take care of yourselves,
Right.
man.
There is a site actually that is specific for Black men in therapy.
Black Men Heal.
Yeah.
Dane put me on.
I put him on.
You put me on.
It's crazy how we get here, but
And they were at Roots Picnic too.
yeah.
Yep.
One thing because we had a episode, me, you, and Dan, we had an episode about us going to therapy and all that stuff.
Yep.
But I embarked on that journey, and one thing I've noticed is that number one, there are not a lot of Black therapists.
No, they're not.
There's not a lot of Black therapists. As like going through, because my thing was like he had to be Black, he had to be a little bit older than me, and I wanted to be in person.
Yeah. And you wanted a male.
And I wanted a male.
Yep.
And those things are just hard. Like if I put all those things in the search box, and I
It's
had
like
to
the filters when you're looking for Airbnb or something.
right. It filtered it out because it was kind of like I couldn't find number one in person. That doesn't really exist anymore. Everything's virtual.
COVID fucked everything.
Yeah.
up.
So now, and then also finding a Black male within my area
Right.
was just no. You know what I'm saying? So it was tough. So I had to do virtual because my therapist is in freaking, I think he's like upstate PA or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So but I had to, you know, so it's really tough to find that. And then the therapist being a little bit older than you, experience. You know what I mean? That was one of my things because I wanted someone like, I'm an experienced person, but at the end of the day, I want someone that's a little bit older than me, but not too old to where they're out of touch.
Right.
To where it's like we can't really relate. So it was really tough. But then I did find my therapist, and you know, in the beginning, you don't know what the fuck to expect. You don't know what's going on. It's kind of like because
Feeling it out.
all we know, for me, therapy is just like something like the fucking movies. You sit there and, you know, you're sitting in your thoughts and your therapist is kind of like, well, so, you know, how was your day? This and that, blah, blah, blah. Do you have any dark thoughts and all that? That's what I expected.
Okay.
It wasn't that.
No.
It wasn't that at all.
It's quite the opposite.
Yeah, we talked about things. You know, he talked about things. He shit. It was just like a regular conversation. But as it went on, week after week after week, then we started like peeling back layers, peeling back. All right, yo, I feel this way, I feel that way, and you know, he was telling me whether I was right, I was wrong. You mean? And I was like, okay, I get what's happening. But what I've also realized is that just me going to therapy once a week or every other week, that's not enough.
No.
It's not enough. You got to put the work in yourself also.
yeah.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You got to put in the work in yourself also.
You got to do the work.
And I'm a type of person like, I don't like keeping things inside. I like to talk to people. And like, I have my close friends where I'm going to sit down and I'm going to talk to them and be like, yo, I'm fucked up. I'm not okay.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we need to normalize also. Finding that right person, that person that's not going to judge you. And a lot of people don't have that. There are a lot of people don't have that friend or friends at all. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Facts.
that's another fortunate thing also that, you know, we're all blessed to have friends in our life that actually give a fuck about us. You have to find that person that you're going to be able to go to and be like, yo, I'm not okay. There's something going on. And whether to just, sometimes you just want someone to just listen, not even like criticize or give you feedback, just listen. And I think that's another thing that's been helping me move forward and deal with the things that I've been dealing with.
Yeah. It's real shit.
So
What are some of the goals that you guys have for going into next year?
Man. I want to build out a team. I do a lot of solo work.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not sustainable.
No.
I think I've reached a level where I want to build out a team. I want to cross 6 figures net. I want to go to 2 new countries next year.
Ooh.
One I'm
Count
already
me in.
got. One I got. One I got lined up for my birthday. Just lined it up. Man, I want to. We at episode 37 now.
Yeah,
we got to touch 100.
Yeah,
I want to touch 100. I want to build out our team
for sure.
Damn, I wish we could do this shit every day. This shit feels so good.
I know.
Right.
This is nice.
It's a tough push and pull because I know where I need to be personally.
Okay.
And sometimes it's not really having somebody else. It's tough.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's about having, I would say, having somebody, but having the right person.
Facts.
Because it's not so tough if you have the right person.
Yes.
There.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't feel like, you know what, I'm carrying you along for
That's
the
a better
ride.
way to put it.
You're in this ride with me, and you're giving me the encouragement to get through the days that I need.
And
to
you
get
understand the ride.
Right.
You understand the ride. Not everybody does.
No,
not everybody
not at
does. I live a totally different life, and it's not easy.
No,
it's not easy.
Yeah, you're constantly here, there.
Yeah,
motherfucker, I get mad at him.
Yeah,
I get mad at him because I be like, "Yo, Scoot, come on, let's shoot." Oh man, yo, you know what? I'm gonna be in LA for the next 4 weeks, and then you know what? I come back for 2 days, and I'm gonna go to Mexico for another 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So like, I couldn't imagine like being in a relationship with this guy because I'm gonna be like, you know, your girl gonna be like, "Yo, bro, like when we gonna have our time? Like when
right. when can we just gonna go get some ramen?"
Right. When can we just chill? You know what I mean? So it's tough, but you just need that right person to understand, like, hey, you know what? He's figuring his things out, and this is a part of his career, and I'm here for the ride with him. You know what I mean? And love it. So yeah. So, what about you, G?
What about you, G?
What's up?
I would say goals for me, I feel like just in our conversation is I think I want to focus on like 2 words, which is grace and simplicity, because I feel like I'm always trying to overcomplicate like my routines because I'm trying to accomplish so much in so little time that I need to just focus on like the basic things that are, you know, my health, my family and my friends, and just like how I can stay in that bubble because I'm always trying to do too much. And, you know, like just health is so important because I feel like I've neglected that a lot over the years in different ways. And I just like at the end of the day, like we don't have nothing without our health. So like I can't do nothing if I'm sick all the time or if I'm not like, you know, putting myself up for a better future. Like I'm not taking care of myself now. So that way when I'm older and my body's like struggling to fight, like we got something there. And then grace again, because I am way too hard on myself and it's taken, I feel like I don't know if jaded is the right word, but it's kind of like jaded me to like the simple things that like give people like joy and happiness. And I think that if I can just like kind of step outside of that, I can start to enjoy those things. Like when I'm in those moments and realize like how impactful and big they are, like going to Paris and like going to the Olympics. Because my brain is going in so many directions all the time that I'm not able to kind of be there and be present. So I think that's like a huge one for me. And then just, you know, my schedule, making the time to be able to come and do the pod and like help that goal to hit those 100 episodes. I think that would be great. And it's just a part of like my therapy too, being here. So I think like that would be great.
I think it's therapeutic for all of us.
It is.
No, 100%, I think this
100%.
is therapeutic for all of us.
100%.
But no, that's awesome, Jay.
And remember, G, you're doing great, yo.
Yeah,
thanks.
Yeah,
you're doing great.
And that's what I was gonna say. Also, like, yo, looking for the outside in, man. Like,
facts.
You're way further along than you think you are, and you are smarter and stronger and all of that than you actually than you think you are. Like for real, for real.
True.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, man, give yourself grace
and you know what I mean, love on your people. Understand people love you. People are rooting for you. People are praying for you, and people want you to succeed. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, like everything will happen when it needs to happen. And
you're going to succeed.
Yeah, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
I need to get those like shower affirmations.
Yeah.
Do
mean,
it.
like
that shit, whatever helps.
Yeah.
You,
right.
you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Like whatever helps. Like I I'll be looking in the mirror and be like, yo, you that nigga. Like,
a fact.
I need to get my Issa on. And
yeah,
start doing
facts.
that.
It's facts.
Like I love myself, bro. Like
Yeah.
and you know, sometimes we fall short of it and we forget like, yo, you know what, that self-love, we need
Yes.
that. Like remind ourselves, yo, I love myself.
I love
And,
you.
Yeah, I mean, and like, you know, one of my homies sent me something. He was just like, yo, I'm sending this to you because I know you one of them niggas that just really love themselves. And I was like, damn, like really? He was like, nah.
Jerry sent you that shit?
No, it was my homie Rel. Shout out to my dog Rel, bro. He sent me something. He was like, as a fellow dude that loves himself, I had to send you this. And I was just like, okay, all right, that's cool. I mean, but for me, my goal next year, man, for me, and I'll be honest, and it's just to, number one, it's just to keep going with this pod, man.
100%.
I understand that it's not easy. People think this shit is easy. People
This
think
shit is
that like life don't be lifing and shit don't be happening. Like, yo, we don't get to shoot enough. You mean like things that happen with you, things that happen with me, things that happen with G. Like life happens, and like, you know, sometimes like I'm hard on myself.
Yeah.
Like I don't really talk about it. Sometimes it's kind of like, yo, dog, like, you know, I want to be. We have this certain thing, or we were supposed to be here, and we're not there. Then I'm just kind of like, fuck, like what the fuck, like.
Yeah.
But I understand that if we keep going, regardless of the fact, regardless of what's happening, if we just keep going, keep pushing, it's going to happen. And I don't set any expectation for myself. I'm going into this shit, like, we're just going to keep doing episodes. We're just going to keep doing it. We're going to tweak certain things. We're going to get better at this. We're going to better at that. We're going to make additions. We're going to do all the things that we can do. And whatever happens is going to happen. I'm going to live with that. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So that's my goal for next year. Just keep making those tweaks. Keep getting a little bit better with the pod. That's my goal for the pod. Personally, I want to be a better person. I want to work on just being in the moment, being there for my kids. You know, I feel like sometimes as an adult, like you get caught up in your own life and you forget that, you know, you got other people around that you're raising. Like, you know, my son is 14 and he's going through his own journey on realizing like, all right, yo, I'm a 14-year-old.
Changes is happening.
Changes are happening. Girls is happening. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, and then I have a 3-year-old daughter. So it's just kind of like from this to this. So it's like, all right, I got to be in the moment with her. Like, you know, not get frustrated because she's being a 3-year-old and just trying to explore and just be that, you know what I'm saying? You know, I gotta be there in the moment with my girl, like, yo, like, hey, I'm going through things, but I have to understand that you're going through things, and I gotta be there for you and your feelings and all that, you know what I'm saying? And not be selfish and not just push your feelings to the side and say, you know what, my feelings come first and I don't care. I mean, like, I just want to work on those things and just really acknowledge it and just understand that it's not going to happen overnight. And just little baby steps, like, all right, pour a little bit to this pot, pour this in this pot, and this pot, and it's kind of like, and important into myself,
even if it's 15 minutes, man.
Right. So
we all got that.
Because I feel like sometimes, like, you know, I get home, and I think that's the part that's hardest on me. I always feel like, damn, I'm not doing enough, and I'm scared that I didn't pour into this person's pot today, and I didn't pour into this person's pot. You know what I'm saying? And it takes a toll on you because it's kind of like, damn, like the end of the year comes and it's kind of like, shit, did I do enough? Did I do this? Did I do that? So that's one of the things I really want to work on. And just always my goal is to spend time with people that I love and that I care about. That's always my goal, because at the end of the day, we lose people every day. And I never want to be that damn, like, I didn't, you hear it all the time, like, damn, I wish I would have hung out with them before this happened. I wish I would have hung out with them before that happened. So it's kind of like the people that you hold close, I want to spend time with them, and I want to continue to do that. Like,
Yeah.
let's take vacations. Let's do this. Let's do that. Even if it's just, yo, pull up.
Right.
I tell Scoot all the time, like, yo, dog, come over and come watch a game with me. I just need my brother's company. I just need that love to be around. And I want to continue to do that because I think that shit's important.
It's very important.
I think that too is like my thing with the simplicity, like what you're saying, and this might be able to help you too, is just because it feels like you have so much to do and so many cups to pour in. Like, how can we like simplify it so that way you can feel like, okay, I am pouring into these buckets and I'm doing what I need to do, and it's easier for me to maintain this, because we constantly keep wanting to add new buckets. Oh, what about this? What about this? Oh, this person said this person said that. Like, can we simplify those buckets so that way we're not giving away too much? Because there's often times where I'm like, oh, I haven't been able to hang out with these people or do this with this person or explore this, and it's just like right now I just don't have the capacity. And I know I was someone before who just would completely split everything of myself to make sure that I hit every single one of those buckets. And now I'll see my phone ring and I'm like, dang, I haven't talked to that person in a while, but I'm exhausted and I just can't pick up the phone. And I just,
which is okay.
Right. And I'm trying to be like, okay, that's okay. We can't do that right now.
Right.
But I think just like making things simpler, then I won't feel as often that I have to continuously let the phone ring and not be able to pick up the calls. So like maybe just for you as well, making things more simple and just refocusing on those things and like retraining those areas of our life to be able to fill those buckets up. And then when, we're overflowing in those areas, okay, maybe we have room to add like a small cup here and there to catch the overflow. But just, I feel like our society right now, we're splitting ourselves way too many areas.
Yeah, we are.
For sure.
We are.
For sure.
Another thing I missed too. Y'all will see a film produced by Ibrahim this year.
Woo! Let's clap it up for that. Let's clap it up for that. Let's
Y'all
clap it
will
up
see
for
a
that.
film.
We love
Clap for
it.
that.
We'll see
Let's
a
clap it
film.
up for that.
Man, I love y'all, man. Like, this shit is good for the soul.
Yeah, it is.
I love how we also said it's gonna be a quick joint and we're an hour in.
we always say that though. We always go, you know what? We gonna pull up here. We're gonna do 30 minutes. Yeah.
Well, I think we'll get better. That's going to be what we're going to work on.
Yes,
and especially
time.
And the more episodes we're able to get in, because especially with this end of the year, we've been struggling to make that time because of so much going on.
And then we just unload.
Yeah.
And then we're just like,
because we don't see each other, so it's like 1,000 conversations before the pod, after the pod, during the pod. Like, it's just because we're trying to cram in everything that's been going on because we don't get to see each other as much as we want to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But honestly, man, for me next year, I want us to have more, bring more artists on.
Yeah, yeah.
I bring more artists on. Just give our pod a different feeling.
Different. Diversify the portfolio for sure.
Yeah.
I want to bring artists on. My fault to cut you off.
go ahead.
I want to bring just different people on. Like, I think TT would be good.
Yeah.
I think Rana would be good. Just different people to broaden our conversations.
For sure.
I just think it would be a good touch. And we are very diversified people. Mm-hmm. Like we can talk about sports, we can talk about mental health, we can talk about pets, we can talk, all this shit. I think we should broaden as it reflects us. Yeah.
I would also want, and probably not supposed to say this, man. I want G to have her own pod with just bring on women and just talk about women stuff and just talk about.
Oh, we gotta moderate though.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We gotta moderate.
I'll be in the back. I'll be in the back chiming like, yeah, girl, get him.
We gotta moderate.
They gonna be getting y'all. That's the thing.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, whatever.
Because I already.
No. We gotta.
I already had
vet
some.
this list.
Well, I already had some people who have said that they want to come on. So
Who? Shout them out.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Remy.
I already knew you was gonna say that.
I don't want to be on the pod when she come on because she's
no. You gonna sit right there.
Spicy.
And you gonna listen to what she has to say.
Yes.
But I also think just in terms of mental health and like talking about that, we should locally try to figure out if there are like
Rana.
Yeah, like we can bring on therapists, for sure, and like people who work in like mental health, spiritual health, all that stuff. That would be great addition to the pod since that's something we've been talking about.
Yeah.
And just for resources for like locally, if other people are wondering, oh, okay, where can I go for help as well?
Absolutely. 100%. Entrepreneurs.
Yeah, for sure.
We just did one with Earl.
Yeah.
Which was great. I want to get Earl back on here too. Shout out to Miles. Miles is definitely bringing his ass.
Oh
back.
yeah. Shout out to my dog Miles Anthony.
Shout out to Miles Anthony.
Yeah.
Man, there's so many different markets we could tap. Great. Dane is bringing his ass back up too. We gotta get Wes up here, man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We gotta get Wes up here. They about to open a wine bar in Newark, man.
Big things, man.
Ooh,
Big
I
things.
know. Why would he just casually move and just not like tell me?
That's Wes.
That's Wes. man.
I'll never get over it, Wes.
That's
I'm
Wes.
hurt.
That's Wes.
Wes, you better apologize to G, man.
I'm gonna need a bottle of wine on the house.
Right. But yeah, I just want to continue to explore with this and have fun with this, and just also you guys let us know what you guys would want us to continue to do or that we haven't done to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For sure.
Because at the end of the day, without you guys, there's no us.
Facts.
So that's pretty much what I
Hey,
have,
and
man.
tequila companies, hit our line, man. We got the 7 p.m. special. We need some sponsors.
Right, we need some sponsors, man. We're gonna drink all your shit.
We got the 7 p.m. special. Let's go.
Right, man. But other than that, man, you guys got anything else?
Man, let's have a blessed new year.
Yeah.
Everybody stay healthy.
Yeah.
The flu is going around crazy. Protect yourselves.
Yeah.
G.
Please.
Work hard, but work smart.
Yes.
That's all I got, man. Just love on your people, man.
Love y'all. And I want to just say love y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for you
y'all.
doing this.
Love
This
y'all,
shit
man.
is fucking great.
It is.
We haven't done it in a little bit.
Yeah.
But anytime I get to do this with y'all, it's always a blessing.
Bless.
And Happy New Year, y'all.
Happy New
Merry
Year.
Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa. All that, man. You guys stay safe. And we'll be right back with y'all in 2025.
2025. Dog, I can't even. God damn. 2025.
Right. It's
Let's
wild.
go, man.
All right, but we out here.
Peace and blessings. Love y'all.
Love y'all.
Peace.
She.